ruined Greek temples and crumbling English abbeys show how dilapidated architecture can look majestic. The historical romance of ruins greatly impressed former Canadian Prime Minister William Lyon Mackenzie King. He found few ruins in Canada, so he made them. He had parts of old buildings moved to the gardens of his estate in Gatineau, Quebec. Now the public may visit the Mackenzie King estate in Gatineau Park, and artists in particular receive beautiful ideas from the broken buildings. Photographer Louise Tanguay wasn't looking for romantic remains on her first visit to the Mackenzie King estate. She came upon the structures while strolling in Gatineau Park, just north of Ottawa, Ontario.
The first time I saw the ruins, I was quite surprised because I didn't expect to see ruins in a place like this. And as I walked down the path, I saw these structures, and I really started wondering what they were doing here because they just didn't end up here by themselves.
The nature photographer reached for her camera and captured the architectural elements. They had been reconfigured as ancient and medieval ruins from Mackenzie King in the 1930s. Made from destroyed Canadian and British buildings, the structures symbolically link Canada to its former mother country, England, where King had admired many ruins.
What is so wonderful about these ruins is the setting in which they are, because you would see these ruins in the city and you wouldn't be attracted to them. But they're so well integrated in this setting that it really sort of makes them particular and very unique.
A fallen British-American banknote company building provided stone to help raise this triumphal arch. It celebrated the Prime Minister's re-election in 1935.
As you look into the arch, you can see the forest in the back. So you have this contrast between the cement pillars and the tree trunks. And as a photographer, I always wanted to have a natural element with the different structures. Because for me, that's what, as a nature photographer, that's what interested me. In front of the Arc de Triomphe, there's a big tree that I really, really like. And in this photo, I used the ruin as a backdrop, as a background. I really find that they go really well together. It's like an old couple. They've spent so much time together, I guess.
Ottawa artist Kevin Dodds has also made art from the arch.
The ruins are very interesting to work with because of the shapes and the colors, especially the beautiful colors of all the stones and the detail that you see in the pillars and the various parts that are incorporated in the structures that they have used, such as the fireplace, which you see, and this beautiful carving above the fireplace and all of that. It's just really interesting how it's been used all together to create this beautiful place that we're in. Colors are just so beautiful, especially during the day when it's a very bright, sunny day.
My best time here is really, it's not when it's sunny, it's really when it's nice and foggy and rainy. There's a lot more atmosphere here in that kind of weather. What I find is when it's rainy, all the tree bark is black and the tree trunks are black. And this makes for a nice contrast between the ruins and the forest. And I find that if it's raining, the colors are more saturated. Even the ruins look better if the rocks are wet. One of my favorite photographs is the one of the big tree at the Abbey ruins. that I took on a rainy day when it was kind of misty and foggy. There's something magical about the place in these kinds of weather conditions. This tree is just an amazing being, in fact. He's the element that's alive in this scene. And I think one of the reasons why I always tend to put a natural element when I take pictures, it's probably because I need this element that's alive. It's life within something that's not alive. So it's all the element of contrast that I like to bring in my photos.
This Abbey colonnade originated from the remains of the first Parliament buildings in Ottawa, destroyed by fire in 1916.
This painting of the Abbey ruins really shows, I think, the light, the time of the day that I painted it. And it's a play of light on the architecture itself and the shadows. And you really feel this in that particular painting. It was done fairly fast and spontaneous, and it was done on the spot. So the colors are very, very rich and very vibrant.
Dodds enjoys the park so much, he invites his art students there to paint.
It's a very unique spot. I don't know how many other places in Canada have ruins, especially ruins from someplace else. So the subject matter is different, and the spot itself is so quiet and calm and beautiful.
You might want to put a little bit more darker color in this area here, because what we're trying to do is we're trying to give the trees a little bit of depth with the light and the dark, okay? So it's all about the light in this painting and the shadow.
I love painting here because it feels so serene. You hear the birds every now and again, and you can feel what you're painting. There's smells around you. You can hear the birds. And your senses just come alive, and it does something for your well-being.
The structure with the columns is probably one of the most impressive ruins on the estate. I thought it was interesting to shoot it from underneath toward the sky because it gives it such majesty. What I did is I just lay down on the ground and shot upwards, and finally I put in the pine tree in the composition, and I think that really makes it. On their own, I didn't find that they were as nice as with the big pine tree in the back.
Creators of a guidebook to the Mackenzie King estate asked Tanguay to supply its photographs.
It's very, very special. It's a very, very special place, and these monuments are so different and unique in themselves. They're really a great photographic subject for me.
As an artist, I love coming here. I become so inspired, and I love just spending the whole day here. I come to paint here. I come just to sit here and or use my camera and take pictures, and it's a beautiful, beautiful spot. It's just a beautiful, magnificent place that we have that's just so close to the city of Ottawa. And it's very inspirational for me as an artist, and I just love coming up here.
For more information about Kevin Dodds, his website is www.kevindoddsart.com. You may see photographs by Louise Tanguay at www.louisetanguay.com and learn more about Gatineau Park on the website of the National Capital Commission, www.canadascapital.gc.ca.